The oil patch says it wants to tackle the pollution it creates more aggressively. A $17 billion proposal would capture and store emissions from oil sands plants around Fort McMurray.
So we're scaling and building carbon capture at a rate that we haven't done in the past.
CO2 would be pumped down a pipeline to a massive underground cavern near the city of Cold Lake. There is urgency to start building to help Canada meet its climate goals.
The pipeline will have a series of injector wells.
In the community itself, there are mixed feelings about the impacts on the environment and the economy.
The impact to local residents, I think, is going to be minimal compared to what a lot of the speculation was.
I worry about an influx of workers, making it really difficult for people working lower wage jobs to find housing.
Most of the emissions would be stored beneath the feet of those on the Cold Lake First Nations, where people have lived, hunted, and fished for generations.
Even with every safeguard in place, nothing seems to work perfectly. So serious concerns about pressurized carbon dioxide being pumped right across the entire land.
And they're valid concerns. You know, we're proposing to inject millions of tons a year of CO2 deep underground in proximity to their communities. And those are very natural questions around the safety of that any one of us would ask.
Addressing those concerns will take time, which is in short supply, and there is a broader tension. While new financial support from the federal and provincial governments encourages more carbon capture facilities, a new report from the International Energy Agency urges a more direct emission solution: produce less oil.
Carbon capture only addresses the emissions from producing the oil. You still have emissions from when it's burnt, and I think we need to do both.
Construction could begin within the next 12 months, and the clock is ticking to have the project up and running by 2030. Kyle Bax, CBC News, Calgary.